Hey guys, it's koolysmiley, and March just ended, so you guys know what that means. It's time for another monthly favorites video. Let's talk about our favorite things that we did, saw, products we used, and memories we shared in the month of March of 2022. First and foremost, I want to be really transparent with y'all. March was the hardest month I have had in a very, very long time. I've been on and off antidepressants and SSRIs, and it's affecting me in a way that really, really sucked. So I ended up taking like an extremely long break from streaming kind of inadvertently, and that's actually going to end up on the end of this favorites list, so I'll talk about it later. But we're doing better, we're on the up and up, and these are the things that help me get through this month. I've been going to the gym again. I decided to start going to the gym once a week with my friend Lori Bird, who is an amazing streamer and drag queen and friend. I knew that I needed a little bit of accountability. I know that going to the gym is good for my mental health, and this is a friend of mine who loves going to the gym, so we've been going pretty much like every Monday, and I'm hoping to get back into it. I even ended up renewing my membership at Planet Fitness, so woo! Mental health things! Yeah. Also, I will say, if anxiety is bothering you, if mental health is bothering you, and you need to get your energy out in an active way, and going to the gym is intimidating, I definitely recommend doing it with a friend, especially one who isn't going to pressure you to push yourself, but who is going to make sure that you feel comfortable the whole time. And that's what I love about Lori. She always wants me to be comfortable, and I'm grateful for her. At the beginning of this month, I actually drove down to San Antonio with Lori Bird, Emma Pearl, and Greg Blake Will to go see our friend Datoon play in a band that he's been touring with in the past month. And by the way, they were incredible. Their band is called Glassland, or Glasslands, correct me if I'm wrong. They have beautiful Instagram pictures and really cool merch, and gosh dang it, I had a great time listening to their music. But not only that, there was also a few other streamers there that I've met through playing like Among Us on Twitch and stuff, and it was just really, really nice to get to actually see my friends in real life. We went to this bar that had barbecue but was also like a club. They were playing club music and had a DJ, and it was outdoor, so we were like drinking these massive margaritas, eating barbecue with our freaking hands, and just like vibing. It was one of the coolest nights I can remember ever. Like, having the ability to meet friends that I have now known for 2+ years but never met in person is immaculate, I tell you. The next thing on my list, wait guys, I didn't say what the next thing on my list was. Wait guys, can you hold on a sec? This was the next thing on my list. I got a standing desk. I actually got this in April, but I forgot to put it in my favorites list. So it's, nope, March, April. I got this in February. Jesus Christ, I need more coffee. Here's the amazing thing about the standing desk, y'all. Look what I can do. You can see my full body! And I don't have to bend over anymore. Look, you can see my cute shoes. Yeah! See, I couldn't do that before without a standing desk. It's been really refreshing. I'll say this, if you guys missed it, I was worried I wasn't going to be able to afford a standing desk, and chat was like, you know what, Coolie, why don't you do a donation goal and we'll help you reach it? And these motherfuckers, you guys in the Coolie crew, helped me reach that money goal in one day, one single stream. I bawled my eyes out. I am forever grateful. Thank you guys for helping me make a choice for my stream setup that is inadvertently more healthy. Better for me, better for my body, better for my mental health. It's been really great being able to just sometimes stand while I'm live, especially the longer streams when I need to stretch and stuff. We now have the opportunity for viewers to make me do squats, stand up, stretch, etc., using channel points, which has been helpful to just kind of get the blood flowing, and I think it motivates my viewers too to actually kind of be more active during my streams physically. At the end of the day, mental health is key, okay? And standing up and stretching is really good for the brain because you're keeping yourself active, so you're keeping your brain active, so you're making it harder for anxiety to creep in. Next thing on my list is my newest obsession. If you follow me on all platforms, you will probably be able to guess this, but let's see if you get it right. I'll wait. Put it in the comment section below. Some of you guys aren't typing. Like, I'm waiting, and you're not typing. Okay, fine, I'll just tell you. It's the Renn Faire! I'm really hyper right now. Y'all, I went to my very first Renn Faire. We went to one here in Texas that some of my friends work at. I camped the whole weekend. I felt fully immersed into the world that was the Fey Wild and the medieval times and the Renaissance times. It's all a little like, you know, here and there. Like nothing's like particularly medieval or particularly Renn Faire. It's just all fantasy, okay? I felt like I was playing D&D in real life, okay? I dressed up the whole weekend. I got really close with some of my girlfriends who I've been getting to know over the past 2 years. I feel like I had a spiritual experience while I was there. We had tarot card readings, we had girl time. I'm actually going again this weekend with just my girlfriends. There will be no men allowed. And we're gonna get tarot card readings and talk about our feelings and drink so much mead. Oh my God, this was my first time drinking mead. I thought that I wouldn't like it. I usually don't like sweet wines. If you don't know what mead is, it is wine that is from fermented honey instead of traditional wine that is fermented grapes. So usually it's very sweet, but they had 3 different kinds of meads there and all of them were spectacular. And man, do they sneak up on you. I spent the whole weekend drunk. But I looked hot doing it. Anyway, I'm going back. I'm obsessed. This actually leads to my next favorite, which is camping. This was the first time I ever really camped. Like I've slept the night in tents before, but this was my first time like being far away from my home. Like I wouldn't be able to drive back home in one night kind of thing. Like I was camping. We were in tents, we were on inflatable mattresses, which by the way, inflatable mattresses are key to a good camping experience. I learned that very quickly and oh my God, it was amazing. I had the best time. I think I'm obsessed with camping now. And shout out to my friend Cheebs, who is also just amazing survivalist, camper extraordinaire, backpacker extraordinaire. She's amazing and wonderful. I messaged her as soon as I found out I was going to be camping for my first time and I was like, what do I need to know and what should I not forget? And she sent me a whole list. She sent me a bunch of stuff that I wasn't really thinking about, and she took care of me. Let me tell you, she's the reason I didn't look like an idiot. Anyway, camping's on my favorites because I think I'm addicted to it now, and I want to do it more, and I want to do it in different states, in different climates, with friends. I want to start backpacking. I want to be closer to nature. I'm gonna cry thinking about this. Like, the idea, I was always so scared I wasn't gonna like camping, but like, this was really, really wonderful. Really fun. I'm excited to do it again this weekend. I'm excited to do it more in my future. Now, I did kind of mention this when we were talking about the Renn Faire, but I love D&D. And the reason that this is in my March favorites is because I actually started a new campaign offline with some friends who don't really do social media. And some of them, it's their first time playing. And oh my God, I'm having a blast. We're doing it bi-weekly, and my character is a half-elf paladin who talks like this, didn't she? Yeah, she did, and she's very cocky, very funny. She doesn't really much know about herself yet. She's a great time to play, and it's so much fun. All of my friends are like into the comedic side of it. We spend most of the sessions laughing, and it's really cool to play D&D and not create content out of it. Not saying I wouldn't be down to be in another D&D campaign live on stream or for a podcast. Dimension 20, hit me up. Adventure Zone, Travis, let me know. I love D&D and I love playing characters and fully indulging in fantasy. I kind of want to start LARPing. That's a story for another time, I guess. It wouldn't be a monthly favorites video if we didn't talk about television shows that I binged during the month of March. So first and foremost, I binged all of The Haunting on Bly Manor. That came out actually the week that my ex and I broke up, and we had started watching it together, so it kind of tainted the show for me, and so I stayed away from it for a very long time. But I said, fuck it, this month. I was like, I've been wanting to watch it. I've heard only good things, and let me tell you, I actually liked this a lot more than The Haunting on Hill House and Midnight Mass. Midnight Mass I didn't really like. I know that's controversial. As someone who didn't grow up in a church and doesn't really understand religious trauma, it didn't really do much for me. I still love the actors, but the script to me was, I didn't find it groundbreaking, but Bly Manor actually, even though I felt like I was predicting things, I also wasn't at the same time. And I felt like I actually was scared for the characters and yearning for the characters, even though at some point I started to see like how things were going to turn out. But I loved it. And it was gay. It was queer. And that made me really emotional in a good way, and representation matters. So, yeah, really liked that. Damn, I'm emotional today. If you haven't seen Haunting on Bly Manor, consider it. We're gonna touch back to D&D for a second, because the next TV show on my list that is now one of my favorite TV shows of all time is The Legend of Vox Machina, which is actually Critical Role. I'm so emotional. Here's the thing, y'all. Critical Role is a D&D podcast that has existed for years and years and years. And it's actually, there's so much content, I've been too overwhelmed on where to start. But it's got voice actors that I love and respect and adore. And so I'm so grateful that this is finally existing. Like, we have D&D podcasts, we have live streams on Twitch and YouTube, but now we have D&D campaigns getting turned into animated series. And that makes me so emotional in a good way, because as the nerdy ass bitch that I am, I love being able to watch a scene play out, and I can tell that, you know, one character crit failed while he was trying to unlock a door. And I can tell that somebody just got a natural 20 when they were trying to perceive something in the room. Like, I love knowing specific spells that are being cast, like when a mage is casting silence on the bard and the bard can't do anything. Like, that is so it's just, it itches my brain in a way that I felt like I haven't felt in years. And because I never got to watch the original campaign that Critical Role did, I'm grateful that now I have a more accessible version of it that is less intimidating. Really well done. Soundtrack is phenomenal. The voice acting is phenomenal. The character design, great. It's funny and it's heartbreaking. And it's just really, really great. I really, really liked it, and I binged it in 2 days. When's season 2 coming out? Let me know. Anyway, that is on Amazon Prime, I believe. Okay, it's the last day of March when I'm filming this, so this gets to go on my March favorites, but I got this hat as a gift from one of y'all on my Throne wishlist. If you guys don't know, instead of doing Amazon wishlist, I do a Throne wishlist now. I'll put that in the description below if you'd like to send me things. I love bucket hats, but I have been wanting a cow print bucket hat for forever, and this is from Etsy, and so it's supporting small businesses and artists, and it's cow print, but it's pink, and it's getting kind of washed out on cam. I love the irony of wearing cow print, especially as a gay Texan and as someone who has been called a cow. It makes me feel empowered in a way that I don't know how to explain, but also it's really soft. And the next thing on my list was something that I actually bought from a local artist. This ring that's on my pinky was a ring that I bought at a like artist farmers market. Basically, that happens a lot here in Austin, where we get like small businesses and small artists selling their stuff at like markets. And I saw this ring. There was a lot of rings she was selling that I was obsessed with, but this one just gave me like badass witchy vibes. She also mentioned, after I had already purchased it, she was like, "Hey, you noticed the shape, right?" And I was like, "What about the shape?" And she was like, "It's supposed to be shaped like something." I had already purchased this at this point, so I was already sold on this ring. I love that it's unique, one of a kind, spacey, which, you know, I love aliens, so like it gives me that vibe. It reminds me of X-Files, blah, blah, blah. But she goes, "It's the shape of the Star Trek symbol." I've never watched Star Trek. But I love space and I love aliens and all that jazz. And to be honest, I would love to start watching Star Trek. I just don't know where to start. So if you guys are Star Trek fans, in my comment section below, tell me where to start. I would love to start. Let me know. And the last thing on my list, I had mentioned before, in March, I took an accidental break from streaming and pretty much everything. I kind of wasn't posting on YouTube on time for like 2 weeks. Motivation just left me. Self-confidence was in the gutter. I was extremely depressed and had a really hard time getting off of the couch most days. I was clinging to friendships. I knew I was in a bad spot, so I was reaching out to friends to kind of force me to get out of the house. So I was leaning on my friends a lot in real life, and I'm grateful for them for being there for me and understanding and being patient with me. But I just couldn't push myself to make content much in March. But we're on the up and up. I think I've decided to step away from SSRIs for a while, and we're going to see how I handle that. And just going to work on doing the things that I know make me feel good. I need to start journaling again. I stopped journaling in March. I journaled for the first time in March yesterday. So I'm going to start journaling again, and I am going to try to be active again because that helps me. I need to get outside more. So this is my accountability check. Next monthly favorites, I'm going to let you know if I got out more in April, if I was journaling more in April, and if I was doing my best to be active in April. I'll let you guys know. It's important, I feel, to be transparent with you guys when I'm not doing great. I'm honestly annoyed with myself that I had so many favorites this month, but meanwhile lost track of how good things have been for me. But I understand sometimes it's just a chemical thing, and sometimes we just can't control the depression, and the depression monsters win. But yeah, I'm gonna move forward, and I'm going to remind myself of what I'm grateful for, and hopefully things get better. I already know I've got a stream planned for tonight and tomorrow, so the content's coming out again. I'm filming stuff for you guys again, so yeah. If you guys could share some love in the comment section below, it would be so much appreciated. And let me know some of the favorite things that you used, saw, and memories you shared in March. But seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. I adore you all. I am grateful for this community. If you liked this video, give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. I will be posting on all social medias as always, and I will see you guys on the YouTubes later. Let's talk about our favorite things every month, friends.